Okay, our friends, I am ready now.
Yes, Prof.
You hear me,
Yeah,
please?
yeah. Yes.
Yes, okay. Okay. Now we in the second meeting with you and our colleague in Germany. I preparing another lecture about building materials for local residents in old city of Damascus as a case study. Now, when we talking about traditional material, we talking about mud material. Mud as a construction material is the most common in the building technology. There are around 2 billions of people reside in buildings where mud is used partly or completely. Since the existence of the first human civilization, people relied on the available materials in their site for residential construction. These materials usually consisted of mud, wood, and stone. The application of such building materials was not found only in a tropic area, but also in the cold and humid area. Uh, uh, we can see here when we talking about mud construction, you can see in Morocco, in Syria, in India, in Germany, also in Yemen, and the map also show the all an area which mud construction using in traditional building. When we're talking about this traditional construction, we're talking about Damascus. It is returned to the ancient Near East history, and it is discovered about 4 hills around Damascus. It's about 20 kilometers to the center of Damascus. It is returned to 7,719 to 6,060 BC. So we can find 3 types of mud construction building: the circular one, and rectangular, and the square with garden. So here we can see the oldest mud houses and the archaeological discovery in Syria. And Tel Sekka near Damascus also, we can see clearly the mud construction, how it's used, the walls, the plaster, the mortar, and it's covered by sometime by mud plaster and sometime by lime plaster. And we see also some in Syria, it is noticed that the existence of the big number of villages and farms surrounding Damascus city. This village can accommodate the increasing number in population. New built residential areas should be made out of local materials, mainly mud. To express the local traditional identity, also finding some services such as movie theater, school, and shopping center can reduce the problem of rush movement of people from rural area to the city. Here, now when talking about the traditional house in Damascus, inside the wall and outside the wall, traditional houses is distinctive by the inner courtyard tower, with all rooms of the houses are with open windows, directed with open windows. It is found in old Damascus. It has an Iwan and room located in the southern side with open wall tower to the north, forming a natural extension of the courtyard. The house consists of 2 floors. The first one has Al-Qa'a and Al-Iwan, a big room with high ceiling. There are staircases leading to the second floor, where most of the bedrooms are located. There are some cases where traditional houses has 3rd floor or several rooms. local materials are used for construction of these houses. Houses are connected to all way or one facade, mainly that contain the main entrance. Example of traditional neighborhood are Sarouja, as we talking in the first meeting, Sarouja, Qanawat, and Al Amara, and also inside Damascus, inside the wall. And in the rural area around Damascus region, traditional houses have additional room to accommodate agricultural product storage. Now we can see Damascus inside the wall. It is about as we talking before, 128 hectare. It is about 6,000 houses inside the wall, built with the traditional materials, mud and stone and wood. And we're talking also about typical houses in Damascus. You can see the red rectangular north side of Umayyad Mosque. It's Al-Quwati house. I take this example to remember you when we discussing, explained the historic period of Damascus, and remember the Jupiter temple and Gamma around this temple. And we can, in the Roman or classic period, we have also space, open space. In Byzantine period and Islamic period, this space is filled by traditional houses. One of them, Al-Quwati house. For that, Damascus is very important because a lot of layers we can see in one place. This Quwati house, as we explained, it is consists of courtyard, diwan, qa'a, and it is divided to 3 parts: one for a man, and one for a woman, and one for services. One for man it is salamlik, and for women is haramlik, and the for services is khadamlik. It is Turkish طبعا with Arabic language. These types of house we can see in all city, inside and outside the wall, but in different square meters and different types of design. But the main things in these houses is the courtyard and diwan and al-qa'a. We can see in all houses, traditional houses in Damascus. Now you can see Al-Quwati Diwan here and Al-Qa'a. You can see the strong structure in the ground floor and not heavy structure in the second floor. It's using clay and wood. Now we talking about the construction element of the traditional building. One of the first things we can talking about the flat roof. Flat roof here, you can see the construction mostly depended on the availability of wood at the area, where the layer of wooden shelves is placed. Then a layer of dumpings upon which a mud layer is added as finishing. So maybe we can finish by clay or by lime to protect these surfaces from rain, and also we talking about this kind of roof. We have two types, one in the end of the building and one in the middle of the building. So the final one, we can see the thickness of the soil in the top of this building to make to give us a specification of thermal or to protect this building from the sun. And when we talk about material, wood is very important material in this part of traditional elements. It's using natural wood, which we can see it's around Damascus, in field around Damascus. This tree is called Publios, and it is maybe we can see how many number of wooden beam, natural wooden beam, which need in this part of elements. You can see main beam and the second beam and the shelves over it, and the clay and covered by lime or mud. Imagine when we're talking about the number of these natural wood, this one house is about 1,000 square meter. It is need 500 wooden beam. That means it need 500 trees from bamboo to use to construct this building. And when we calculate, if we have about 6,000 traditional house in Damascus, that means it is maybe need more than 10 million trees to reconstruct this building or restoration this building. For that, this element is very important, and we have a big problem now in Damascus about this material. Now, when we go into documentation this traditional house, now we using the metric scale. But in the past, when we talking about traditional materials, we must to talking about traditional scale, because the metric scale is applied in our country or our region, maybe in the end of Ottoman period. Before we using the traditional scale. The traditional scale is two parts. One, its arm. It is about 68 centimeter, and it is consists of 6 fists, and the fist is 11.3 centimeter, and the fist is consists of 6 fingers. So when we make some research about the traditional materials, we analyze it as a metric scale. We have wrong things, because all traditional material depending on traditional scale. The opening, the dimension of mold of brick or adobe, the stone pieces, everything is depending on traditional scale. And now when we analyze these traditional methods, we need to know exactly how many centimeter every part of human traditional scale. Here we are talking about molding of adobe, and we can see also it is different between the countries. This is not the same. In Damascus, is not the same in middle of Syria. So also in the other country, maybe in Yemen or Morocco, or also in Europe. But if all of them is depending to traditional or human traditional scale. Here, how we can do or preparing the mud brick, and you can see the woman in the region around Damascus preparing all these this unit to starting build the traditional houses in the area. Now, the second things we talking about the wall. The wall which built by mud as a mud construction. You can see the thickness of the wall. You can see here how can use the wood inside the wall to solve some problem about the load or to protect this traditional construction from earthquake. And you can see also the wooden frame around the windows. That means this traditional way is very important, and it's have the people here have a lot of experience when they build the traditional building. The second one, it's pyramid wall. Pyramid wall, this considers that simplest building method, since it does not require special equipment or apparatus. This mixed mud is placed near to the wall based and wooden mold of 2 to 3 meter long and 30 centimeter wide that using 5 centimeter from the wall edge is placed. These plates of wood are fixed together by benders. After putting mold in the mold, it is compressed by wooden hammer. Then the mold is removed. But this kind of a traditional wall, it's not, we not found in Damascus, the historic Damascus city, inside or outside the wall. We can see it's in the region around Damascus. So it is maybe using to build the walls around the field, maybe to make as agriculture building. So but we can see also this kind of structure in Syria, in Morocco, in Spain, maybe also in Europe and in Germany. Now, when going to stone wall construction, stone, we can classify the rocks according to their formation. We have 3 kinds of rocks. The sedimentary rocks, sand rocks, and igneous rocks like granite or basalt, and metamorphic rocks such as lime or marble. And because we have a lot of experience in this area, especially in Syria, Damascus and middle of Syria and north of Syria, and we found this kind of construction returned to maybe 3000 BC. And in the Roman period, you can see we have a lot of buildings, especially the temples and the big building with this kind of stone walls. And for that, we have a lot of tools which can used into preparing this kinds of construction by stone. So the tools. Now, in traditional houses, we have 3 types of wall. The first one, types of 2 sides curved stone walls. As we see here, two sides using curved stone with 3 colors, black and white and yellow. And inside, between these 2 curved stone, we have natural stone to fill this space between it. And the second one, the types of 1 side curved stone, and also which using a plaster or lime plaster inside the wall. And the third one is the cloudless stone walls, natural stone covered by also lime plaster from 2 sides. Some photos explain this 3 types of stone work. After we finish build this wall, we can begin to make decorative on stone and on the wall. Third one is a very important traditional elements. It's wooden clay brick work. This types of walls using on the second floor, because as we explained from the beginning, we need not heavy structure in the top. So it is a frame wooden work and filling by mud units. It is one types. The other one without using any mud brick inside the framework, only pieces of wood fixed to the framework, and it's called Baghdadi. This Baghdadi coming from Baghdad, from Iraq. It is this kinds of wooden structure is very important and very common in traditional structure. And as we see here, it is designed with using human traditional scale, and we also covered by many types of plaster, mud plaster and lime plaster, and we can see the opening, and we can see also how we do it. This piece is about 5 centimeter and 1 centimeter between every pieces to fill by plaster and make it stronger. So we can see here the framework with the mud brick filling between the wooden beams, and this kinds of structure is very important for earthquake because it is absorb every horizontal forces coming from earthquake. Now we going to the layer of finishing and methods. The layer here, we have 3 types of mortar or plaster: mud plaster and gypsum plaster and lime plaster. And here we can see how we preparing the mud plaster, red soil with ashes or straw mixed with water, and maybe using after 1 week to make this straw is more ability to add to the wall. And after we can, as you see, one example, I restoration some building in Damascus city. One of them, this Parodi house, and we can see the mud plaster. And after finishing the first layer, we can add lime plaster to make it white and make some decorative and drawing on this wall to make it very nice inside the qa'a or Iwan or main important rooms in the traditional house. We have some problem and futures of the mud materials. It is abundance, energy saver, and the use of mud architecture and the climatic specification, protection from fire, and form ability. Why the problem is in the mud construction, a difference of the quality of the earth. It is very important because we not found the soil in the same specification in every area. So we need to choose the good soil to make mud or adobe brick or mortar. Also, stability to the water, cracking, and instant information. The traditional building problem, the environment, its effect to these kinds of traditional building, the fire, the earthquake, the infrastructure, the maintenance and materials, and now the craftsman is not found in this traditional area. New urban planning and the economic and political and modernization and the way of life. Now we can see the problem of the traditional building, earthquake, infrastructure, and the demolishing because the load is more than can it is designed. And we can see here the fire. It's especially in the second floor because it's using wooden beam in vertical and horizontal structure. When we're talking about also mud construction, we can found in Europe. When I study in Aachen, I study also part of my study. It's about mud building, traditional building in Germany, which we can found a big experience in these types of houses. So we can talking about historical mud construction in Germany. We can talking about excavation were carried out at one of the mountain near Hamburg, at the shore of Danube, where at the top of one of the hills, a clay citadel was discovered. This citadel discovered it's about 600 BC, and it's using the mud brick to the wall. It is the thickness. It's about 3 meters, and we have also so towers every 3 meters. Also, we can see these towers. So it is a very important building or site in Germany. It shows that the mud brick or mud buildings is very important in this area. And also they have a lot experience with the tools and the methods of preparing, molding, adobe brick and framework and rammed walls. So we can see a lot of experience in Germany. And in that time, in 2000, we visit the very good experiment by Professor Meinecke in Kassel. He using also mud construction material to build a new building in this city. Now, can we use the traditional methods in Syria or in any country? Now we have a big problem in Syria. The first problem is random housing and slum area. We have a lot of areas around Damascus or district around Damascus built in this way. We need to rethinking about how we can using traditional material. If we put another plan for this area, and some students put some solution like this, and maybe not using traditional material or using a new material, but we need to thinking about traditional material. And also, when talking about the historic city, like Damascus, we talking about Al-Mosul. Al-Mosul in Iraq is destroyed. Every house and every monument is destroyed, and they thinking about some solution. I give you 3 examples about the solution and using traditional materials, depending on the original design, and to not change the image of this city. Here you can see also the courtyard, the highest of the building, and the walls, and the construction elements, everything. And maybe we can think a new way to rebuild some area in the historic city like this. Now. The development and improvement, integration, building materials, production, and local technology are essential for self-reliance when they are related to the construction and settlement. The most important low-cost building material is the mud brick, adobe, that which can be easily obtained from the suitable earth. The production of the adobe can be improved by the addition of cement and the clay to its dough. Therefore, the study considered this material to improve adobe to applied in a new building. It is believed that mud material is one of the oldest used materials in building construction and requires less energy to produce than any other building materials. Also, it is a very relevant natural material to the use in buildings. The consumed energy during manufacturing adobe is a mechanical such as a drilling, mixing, and compressing, but this energy still the less when it is compared with heat energy that are used to produce brick and cement. Additionally, the mud production relies mostly on human energy, and no energy for transportation is needed when the production carried out in the construction site. Here, some solution to which can use in the historic area or in a rural area. We can design any type of houses returning to traditional house or to local Bozay, I maybe or Hassan Fathi, and I put a solution here to the to local traditional design. So we can use a mechanical way to producing adobe to make it strong and to give the people in a cheaper cost. To encourage the techniques and technology of the locally affordable building and the use of the local building materials in light of the positive economic effects, therefore, is presented in the optimal utilization of the local natural and human resource and the resulting cost reducing. This can be effected through encouraging the creating of the sound constructional techniques of the moderate cost, the production and distribution of building materials, as well as boosting the industry of local building materials. The availability of the building material is an important factor to determine the cost of erecting houses. Therefore, to reduce the building cost, it is important to rely on the site search for building materials such as sand, stone, mud, wood, and clay. Doing so, designers have to take into his consideration these materials and avoid the use of steel and cement as possible. Thank you for you, and thank you for our colleague, and thanks for my professor, Dr. Halbouni, and my professor also from RWTH in Aachen, Germany, and maybe we meet you again in a new lecture. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, Prof. Mouaffak. Many thanks for this amazing information. Actually, I think it's really so important for our team. So right now, maybe we will take like about 5 minutes, more or less, for if there anyone wants to ask you any question. So is there anyone have any question?
I have one. Sorry.
I think we can open the camera when we ask a question, then we will know who is asked.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I have one question. Yes. The problems with the slums and the random housing. What kind of approach is there? Because the people need housing, but I think the problem with that is that they often don't have the money to get like planned houses. So with the new materials, I didn't get that, because how do they get like how can they get like these new materials which were shown in the approach from the student when they actually like don't have any, like not much money or something like that?
Yes, it is. I think it is the big question now about how can people using traditional material in these days, and it is very, very expensive. And for that, we discussing about this problem in Syria, especially in the historic city, and the government must to give these people money to take to preparing these materials to rebuild their houses in the historic district. And when we're talking outside the historic area, we must to thinking about how we preparing these materials with a new structure element, especially for the roof, because the wood, as I explained from the beginning, the wood is very expensive and we not available in around these cities. So mud is the cost is very cheaper. We can developing structure element to use it in the roof, and maybe the government give these people help and give them the materials with cheaper cost to rebuild or to build new houses in district outside the old city. But inside the city, we must to use the same traditional material because it is under the list of UNESCO. We cannot changing the materials and changing the image of the city.
Okay, thank you.
Anna, do you have question? I think.
Oh, yes, I have a question. Regarding, it's very technical, sorry, but regarding the viscosity of clay, I've been following your presentation quite closely, and I find it really interesting. And I was wondering, because manufacturing and the manual labor aspect is something that may have been lost now, if it would be feasible to cast clay with a shuttering method similar like to concrete, because I know that clay just hardens and does not bind, but I was wondering if it might be possible though, if you increase the viscosity.
I agree with you, but I'm preparing my PhD about this title. But now we cannot explain everything. But it's very important to thinking in this way, because we cannot maybe when we build with the traditional methods, it need time. Now the time is very important also. So for thinking about a new technique. And and adding new materials to the soil, and it is very important. And you know also the United Nations, you see, make a lot of study about this of these issues to help the people in the poor area to build their houses and in a good and in a health specification. So I think maybe in the future I can explain about the technique, but the technique is take time. It's very important things to and it is very important when we going deeper in this in this subject.
Thank you.
So anybody has a question? Have a question? So thank you very much, Dr. Mouaffak Doughman, for your lecture. I like your lecture, and the old materials from mud. Maybe I would like to know what's the name in Arabic. I'm Persian, and I would like to know it's in Arabic. Plain, I think, or has another specific word mean in Arabic. Dr. Mouaffak?
Yes, please.
I ask you about the mean from plain as this.
Mud?
Did you mean it's up? What's meanings in Arabic? I need it for me. So
we talking about the wall mud.
Yeah, mud wall.
Not,
Yeah,
it is
Doctor, you're asking
Ramid.
about the name.
We're talking in Arabic. In Arabic, wall الدك, جدار الدك. If I understand the question, but in English, Ramid wall, Ramid walls in English, but while in Arabic, الدك, it's using in Syria and Germany and Spain and Morocco and many and India and Yemen. So this types of wall, but it is not. We cannot see this types of construction inside the historic city. We see only the mud unit, a small unit, because it need a big space around this structure to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And can we use this material to make prefabricated facades or something else?
I think we can, but you know, to using mud in the facade, it need to develop the specification. So you can see in Syria we have a layer of glass. We have a layer of glass in the outside of the unit of a brick or mud, to protect this wall from the water or from the rain. So we can, but it need, and we can see it, but it need to thinking more deeper to do it. But it is very important idea to protect the mud wall, because the mud, it's not it is very weak. When the water coming in the outside of this surface. So when we using this kinds of unit with the glassing, with some layer, it protect the water is very important, and it is we can make it as a fabricate also.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
I think that our students are finished, and they are grateful for your lecture, and we are also thankful for your lecture. Maybe we would see you in the future with another interesting lectures from your side, and thank you for your time and for your lecture again.
Okay. Thank you for you, and thank you. I see Bilal and Ziwa and Dr. Akinda. Thank you for you, and I miss you. But anyway, we can see, and our friend from Germany. We hope to see you here in Damascus to see exactly how we can deal with the traditional materials in this city.
Yeah. One day.
Thank you very much.
I mean, like, it's super interesting lecture, and like we will collaborate also, like in the future, to do something also more on the ground actually. And it's a pleasure for us to be there.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So we can
see you.
See you. Have a nice day.
See you. Bye.